Hi, everyone. This is Coach Stephanie Wood, and I'm with my favorite colleague, Emmi, Emmi Fortin, Fortin. There she is, ready to go. And we're here at my podcast, Tap Into Your Body Confidence, where entrepreneurs unite to showcase their talents. And Emmi, before we go into our topic today, which I'm very excited about, tell people about one of your projects and how they can connect with you.
Hi, thank you, Stephanie. So I am a breakup coach and an author. And so I coach people one-on-one to help them with their heartbreak and give them an action plan for how they can move forward. And my projects, I guess I would say, is creating more books. So I have a memoir out that I published last year, and I just published a breakup and divorce self-renewal journal last month. So I've got more on the way.
And where can people find these goodies?
Thank you. But all of the books are available on Amazon, and people can find me at my name, Emmi Fortin, on pretty much all social media platforms except for Twitter. I'm not there yet. And they can feel free to visit my website at www.emmifortin.com and grab my free download, which is a mini guide on 3 things you can do now to get over your breakup.
Perfect. And you can find me at bodyawe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. And as Emmi knows, I totally enjoy coaching women entrepreneurs to integrate better business skills and most importantly to elevate their confidence level. And I do this with my body knowledge system and my years of experience owning and creating and managing several profitable businesses. Now, Emmi and I were talking earlier in the week about how our entrepreneurial mindset can help with our relationships. So if one of our clients came to us, Emmi, what questions would you ask her or how would you start with her?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a very specific program that I help people with if they're struggling in a relationship or going through a breakup. But with my own journey into entrepreneurship, I've really discovered huge parallels between the fundamentals of running a business and being an entrepreneur and what it takes to have a healthy, successful relationship. But this can also apply with helping people, the approach that you take to getting over a breakup or a divorce. And so I thought it would be really fun to share it with your audience in particular, because this is a generalization, but women tend to really prioritize relationships. It's just something that's important to us. We have, typically try to create strong networking opportunities and support systems, and it's just like comes naturally to us. So if we can apply the fundamentals of business and entrepreneurship to those, then we can really start thriving in all of our relationships and especially our romantic ones too.
Well, I'm glad you put that in a nice way of talking about this because again, I know the women that I work with, as you mentioned, relationships are a priority, but in a way, having so much experience with relationships when they're running their own business, they apply the same principles. So
Mm-hmm.
for instance, they're running their family dynamics. If they have 2 or 3 kids, they're running their household. Well, running a household to me is like running a business, even with the
Yeah,
kitchen. Yes, I run
you
my
might not even
business with the
realize.
kitchen, food. Yes,
Not even realize that you have all these skills, and you can say, "Oh, wait a second."
there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. You have all these skills. So then, if you were to have a breakup or some kind of challenge within your relationship, how is that analogous to something in our business?
Yeah, that's a really key question and something that I've discovered personally too. So I wasn't always a breakup coach. I was actually a high school biology teacher for 16 years before this. And I was like, after these 3 years of owning my business, business, I'm like, I wish I learned this as a child. How different would my relationships have been throughout my life? So when you're talking specifically about failures or the feeling of failure, one thing that I think is key is just the idea of resilience and looking at your failure as data, as analytics, as information, so that you can learn from it and then make new choices moving forward. So I think that there's definitely a parallel between people who have gone through, maybe, let's say, divorces from a long-term marriage, or even people who have been in a short relationship. They tend to take on all this responsibility of, I feel like I failed because I couldn't make it work. And I know that feeling in business as well, every time you try something new and it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So really keeping the mindset of the failure is really just information for you to help you learn what to do differently in the future. And it can also,
That is very wisely said, but as you and me have experienced, and our audience has also, I mean, it could be a real downer. I mean, breaking up with someone or you took a risk in your business and it, quote, didn't turn out. I mean, there is that emotional sense where I would encourage my clients to embrace that. Yes, of course, see it as a learning, technique, but you're going to feel like, you're not going to feel good for a while.
oh,
So what do you
100%.
so what do you suggest? I have some self-care, but what do you suggest when you're not feeling yourself? What do you do to get your energy back up? What do you do for yourself if things aren't going your way?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to do anytime that happens is to do things that help you reconnect with yourself. So we spend so much time putting energy out into our business, out towards other people that we're in relationships with. It's always important to take a pause, take a breath, and say, okay, something just happened here. It was disappointing. It didn't meet my expectations. Take a pause and give yourself the opportunity to reconnect. And so when you ask me what I do, you can do that numerous ways, but movement is always a great way, getting you back in your body and out of your head. You spend a lot of time there when you're running a business and when you're in a relationship. Definitely anything that helps you to process your emotions, like journaling or talking to a coach, and being intentional about that.
Yes, and again, to add on to the intention, give yourself space. For me, it's moving in nature. I go there totally, I don't know where my head goes. I give it to the squirrels. I don't care. Go away. I just move with my body. I see new possibilities. So again, it's that self-care. So if there was one message we could give our audience today, what would you say?
I would definitely say, and it's because I hear this often from my clients, from the members of my breakup and relationship support group, is that it can feel, and let's validate it, like you said, these feelings, you can feel really crappy, and it can be over a long period of time. You're grieving. So a lot of people can kind of take on the thought of, I'll never find someone again, or I'm going to die alone, or all these fears kind of take over. And it could be the same in business. It could be, I'll never get this off the ground. Things just don't seem like, no matter what I do, it's not working. But always trying to reframe yourself back into the
Right.
mindset of failure is just, or what you're perceiving as failure is just information to help you take those next steps forward, to help you explore and get curious about what you could be doing differently. Like you said, when you take your nature walk, right? How can you start to see things differently?
And reframing is crucial in the coaching world because if what you're saying to yourself is not making you feel better, you can change it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And with that said, Emmi, tell people how they can connect with you.
So everyone is more than welcome to email me at info@emmifortin.com. Or again, you can go to my website. I've got lots of buttons on there where you can schedule a call with me. I'll have a chat with you, and we can kind of discover what your next potential steps could be based on where you are in your relationship or breakup process.
Beautifully said, Emmy. And you could reach me at bodyawe, BODYAWE.com. Check out my body knowledge system. And Emmy, I'll be seeing you again. Yes?
Yes, this sounds amazing. Thank you so
Take
much.
care.